Ini terus ikut ada ya sejak hari pertama sampai hari ini ikut ya masalah. Setelah 2 hari kemarin kita banyak berbicara, banyak mendengarkan dari expert kita terkait dengan penelitian kualitatif, terkait dengan analisis data kualitatif. Nah, hari ini beliau berdua, expert kita dari University of Malaya akan menyampaikan atau mungkin mendampingi kita semua, mendampingi teman-teman untuk penulisan artikel gitu ya. Jadi kalau kita berbicara riset itu tanpa publikasi yang jelas akan tidak ada apa nilainya kurang gitu ya. Maka publikasi itu menjadi output di dalam penelitian kita biasanya begitu. Maka rating klinik hari ini saya kira nanti akan banyak memberikan manfaat untuk teman-teman, untuk Bapak Ibu mahasiswa S3 utamanya yang memang dari syarat kelulusan itu dilanjutkan untuk membuat publikasi begitu ya. Boleh menjadi syarat kelulusan. Hari ini sudah membawa draft artikel? Sudah? Sudah ya, ya. Kalau sesuai jadwal nanti kita selesai jam 15. Tapi saya nggak tahu nanti mungkin fleksibel saja ya. Nanti apakah kita selesai siang kemudian dilanjutkan kerja mandiri atau nanti kita benar-benar sampai sore itu ya mungkin juga tergantung dari Bapak Ibu lah. Kalau nanti kurang ditambah gitu ya dilanjutkan. Baik, kita tertuju Bu Susi, Dr. Novus,
Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Selamat pagi. Fresh ya, sudah. Semalam was a very good session. Dr. Nufus and I enjoyed the session yesterday because it was lebih banyak pada bertanya soalan. Bila bertanyakan perkara yang tidak pasti dan untuk kami lebih baik, lebih sesuai sebab kami menjawab soalan tersebut. So we share a little bit. So the same process untuk workshop hari ini. Seperti yang saya dah janji, saya akan sentuh sedikit tentang the trustworthiness because bila ditulisnya artikel untuk qualitative study, okay, perlu ada bahagian untuk sebut tentang trustworthiness. The same what you do for your quantitative studies that you write for your articles, you need to talk about the validity, reliability, right? Okay, so the same thing for qualitative research. If your research yang nak dibuat artikel adalah qualitative, so you need to mention about trustworthiness. Because if not, really, sometimes when I review, ada trustworthiness, ada saya akan minta penulis artikel untuk tambah baik, untuk improve on it. Okay, so untuk trustworthiness, I will talk a little bit. Right, okay. Dalam apa-apa research, penelitian, kita mesti make sure we have quality. Okay, kenapa? Sebab bila kita buat sesuatu research, kita akan selesaikan satu. Say, oh, the solution or the potential solution to this problem is this. Mesti suggestion yang jadi bukan just yang ini boleh disebut betul, right? Jadi dalam qualitative, bila kita sebut internal validity yang setara dengan qualitative, okay? Bila kita sebut external validity is transferability. So ini istilah saya. Reliability, objectivity, is transferability. So jadi when we talk about qualitative research, we talk about the quality, okay? If say trustworthiness. Jarang kita gunakan validity dalam qualitative pada ada istilah trustworthy. How trustworthy? Remember, because qualitative nanti ada sensitive biasnya sebab yang akan menginterpretasi data adalah searcher. So we have to be guided and framed by certain standards. Dan bahawa kita kurangkan biases. Okay, so bila qualitative we talk about the four elements: credibility, transferability, conformability. Kalau dalam bahasa kita di Indonesia kita gunakan can't remember tapi kita ada gunakan kalau saya right. So what are the four components? Bila kita sebut tentang credibility, how credible is your data, bermakna bermakna data itu betul-betul mewakili, represent, the participants' experience, the participants' feelings, semua data daripada peserta. How credible is your data? Betul ke? Anda telah interview dosen-dosen di Malaysia yang kamu laporkan data tersebut, how credible it is, betul-betul memang data daripada your participants. Second, transferability. Transferability means that setakat mana, the extent of your findings yang boleh di-transfer dalam konteks. Kalau dalam quantitative, we talk about generalizability, right? So, how confident you are that you can generalize. So, in this case, we are talking about just the extent of this finding. Inilah research. To what extent is it transferable or can be applied to other contexts? Kemudian, dependability, consistency dan stability dalam research proses tersebut. Dia berkaitan dengan that proses, how the legal the process. Maknanya, cara anda telah melaksanakan research. Conformability, findings grounded data. Bermakna yang semalam kita bincang. The interpretation, kita tidak cuba campurkan bersama dengan makna yang researcher pegang. Contohnya, you say that misalnya, ini kuliah matematiknya adalah susah atau tidak susah. Jadi susah di situ, interpretasi saya dengan interpretasi orang. So macam mana nak pastikan kalau saya adalah sebab susah. Sebab dia mungkin konsep dia susah. Right? So kita kena lagi susah pun. So credibility, transferability, dependability, conformability. Jadi dia yang conformability itu is so that you make sure it is not such a bias. Now, in qualitative, we cannot eliminate bias. But what we need to do is guided by this frame of four elements. Nak pastikan bahawa semua langkah-langkah kita jelas untuk pastikan yang data tidak dapat itu adalah yang kualitinya berbeza dengan kuantitatif. Strategi antara dia banyak strategi. Antara remember credibility, kalau kita lihat credibility goes back to what? The accuracy of the findings data that actually comes from the participant. So, one of the strategies is prolonged engagement. Malangkah saya katakan, bila kita nak interview, kita bukan terus sekali kita interview semua. Sebab kita perlu report. In qualitative research, the participant mesti percaya kepada researcher. Dia mesti selesa dengan kita baru mereka akan kalau tidak, terus saja mereka akan jawab soalan. Tetapi jawapannya kurang berkualiti ataupun ada sesuatu yang masih tidak sebenarnya keluar daripada participant tersebut. Kita selesa bila berbuat dengan orang yang kita kenal dan kita rasa okey ke, so kita kena berkenalan. So that's why long engagement rate. When you go to do your field work, you can say saya tak nak akan 2 kali 3 kali sahaja. 2 atau 3 kali itu adakah itu termasuk berkenalan dengan orang tu? Biasanya student saya dia akan terus saya nak cuba. Saya first question is, do you know this teacher? I got the name from another one. all, you must make sure prolonged engagement means prolonged engagement on time so that it's easier. Then here briefing. Here briefing. So mungkin, okay, when you do peer briefing tu, we talk to the peers, okay, macam ada example, right? Okay. So mungkin she will so triangulation is the most popular. Triangulation dari segi the method kita. Semalam kita dah bincangkan. If you do interview as your main, kita boleh sebut observation, dokumen. Tapi dokumen kan luas berdasarkan apa soalan kan. So how do we use triangulation? Bermakna bila kita interview kita cakap seperti ini, tapi bila kita masuk kita observe kita nak tengok behavior. Okay, contohnya dalam SC saya interview guru-guru tentang the types of assessment. So daripada situ saya dapat ada seorang sangat progresif, macam-macam dia. Tetapi bila saya masuk ke dalam kelasnya, saya masuk dalam 3 kelas. Saya tak. Jadi kita try dari sini bahawa dia cakap dia menggunakan teknik, tapi saya rasa tak nampak. Dia doktor tidak ada. Tak akan patah balik ke menggunakan dia. Cikgu tadi kata ada guna ni. Di mana yang cikgu guna teknik? Mungkin dia kata, saya pun ada contohnya, ada dokumennya, ada handout ni. So kita buat triangulation. So for example, if I see this teacher is not very what do you call this forward looking in terms of teaching strategies. Kenapa kata begitu? Sebab bila saya interview, I got. When I get to observe, this is a strategy. When I look at her documentation, so I triangulated. And I can safely say this teacher, alright, does not agree with the way of teaching. Example, her method of teaching is not very conventional. To come up with that, kita kena ada data-data yang membentuk. Kan semalam kita dah lihat pada jenis-jenis data tu, tentukan coding kategori dia. That all comes from the data, right? Member check. So member check is one here. Kita boleh buat ini. Bila kita dah transcribe, katakan saya pun akan balik kepada orang yang saya interview. Dan saya ada sedikit description. Saya buat sedikit analysis, saya pulangkan balik kepada guru tersebut. So saya can have a conversation. And this is what I summarize that represents your thought. Is it correct? Jadi mereka akan pulangkan, yes, this is correct. Ataupun mereka, no, this is not what I mean. Saya pulangkan dan baca. Transferability in terms of tadi kalau kita lihat in terms of transferability, it extends the finding can be applied. Ini transfer. How can it transfer to a certain context, right? Okay, so to do that, kita will provide thick description of our methodology. Jadi bila semalam ada soalan tentang methodology, so we need to describe how we collect the data very clearly, so that if somebody were to take it and want to replicate it, dia akan melihat ini situasinya, ini yang. So this is to make sure transparency. Everything that you do is with thick description. Sangat jelas methodology dia. Okay? Purposive sampling. When we do qualitative case study, because kita target focus. So bila kita memilih sampel, kita ada ciri-ciri tertentu. For me, I want to do mathematics teachers, right? So my what do you call this? My purpose sampling must be as teachers, must be teachers who have taught. Because I was looking for teachers who have been teaching exam oriented, but now they need to change the way of the assessment. So I pick up certain criteria, I fix it. Okay, so bila kita fix, kita target, itulah purposes sampling kita. Kita bukan random tau, sebab kita ada tujuan yang tertentu yang khas. So that's why we use purposes sampling. Tapi sometimes certain people they use purposes convenience sampling. What that is? Right? Okay. Alright. Next, dependability. Dependability consists of the research process. Alright. Okay. Kita nak tengok benda tu, dia punya research process consistent ke tak? Okay, whether it is stable. For example, if let's say I go to interview the teacher, and I say, okay, I want to do interview. The next week saya interview, when I went back to Kelantan Indonesia, sebab saya dibenarkan hanya 3 bulan saja, masa itu saya di Australia, saya dibenarkan hanya 3 bulan. So, macam mana saya nak interview, saya nak transcribe kan, kan. So supervisor kata, dia kata, once you finish the interview, please turn to it, okay, carefully, tak payah transcribe, and you just pick up something. So when you see that there are certain things to pick up, go back again. So you need to interview this teacher again. So sometimes maybe this teacher interview 2 times, this teacher interview 4 times, sebab perlukan kejelasan kan, right? So consistency and stability. So the process is stable. Bukan 3 kali saya nak jumpa. Alright, it depends on the response. Does the response equal to you? Okay, is enough. Ada sesuatu lain tak masa interview pertama yang anda rasa tidak terjawab? Ada something yang missing. I don't understand it. We need to go back. Right? Okay. So when you write your final thesis, then in your what do you call this? That is that the number of interviews that you did for your participants was within 3. Sebab bila you cerita tentang your case study, the details will be there. So the thick description here, the stability of the process is writing the details. The detail. Right? Alright, then again, what do you call this? Audit trail. Audit trail trying to kadang-kadang you can see it out. Bukan traceability, we have audit trail. Cuma saya tak sekarangkan saja. So kalau kamu merujuk kepada mana kualitatif, sometimes you will see these are just examples of strategies, but sometimes you will see that dia akan mengutang. Macam credibility, there's triangulation, dependability, also triangulation. Right? Okay. Dependability create audit trail. Audit trail means that ada semalam kita nak bukti daripada interview transcription, right? Dan kita groupkan, kita buat table atau kita guna NGO, whatever, then kita buat categories, right? Okay. So the audit trail is when you came up with that themes, I want to see how you got it. So you work backwards your category, right? How did you get your category? So this is your working table, whatever. Go back to your code, your interview transcript, you came from your observation sheet. So audit kan maknanya macam kita buat audit lah. Mana benda ni? Datang dalam lab sendiri. Dia boleh dicari punca dia. Mesti ada audit, dijelaskan. Okay? And the last thing, conformability, making sure that bukan kita, benda itu sebenarnya makna yang kita pegang. Kan macam tadi, oh it's fun means that they are happy, but fun for the other person. Okay, right? So to conformability, again, trying to add, okay, practice reflexivity ni sebagai researcher qualitative, kita kena reflect. Okay, how you look at the data, how do you come up with the code or the key? Jadi macam kita tulis satu reflection tentang proses pemikiran kita. And dari situ kita akan lihat this is how we went about thinking. So that's the thing about qualitative research. It's a lot to do with giving meaning, but making sure that you try as best as possible to separate your meaning into the other person. Jangan dia contoh simple case is that bila we ask a question, dia susah, saya tak suka. What do you mean by tak suka? Tak suka saya dan tak suka dia mungkin benda yang berbeza. So you have to go deep. Benda tu mesti melambangkan dia, bukan kita. This is the mistake I made when I did my SD work. Dia kata susah saya buat topik function. Pelajar kata susah. So saya stop. Saya ingat susah dia, susah memang konsep dia susah. Tapi susah dia berbeza dengan saya. So saya tidak go further. Jadi supervisor saya kata tak boleh. Kau datang. Kena buat semula. Saya kena cari sampel lain. Tidak cukup. Yeah? Right? So these are the 4 elements. Sekarang banyak buku tentang qualitative analysis. So you can actually read. But the 4 main processes is this: credibility, trustworthiness, dependability, conformability. And what strategy you want to employ depending on the nature of your research question, qualitative strategy. Right? That's only simple. Okay. Can I go to the... So this is trustworthiness. Yang saya dah janji yang betul untuk qualitative. Okay. The next one for today is tentang research. Tapi kalau ada apa-apa yang nak ditanya, saya ada email boleh kita sama untuk tanya. Okay, ada bahan yang nak bukan, saya insyaAllah saya boleh. Qualitative ni, biasanya zaman saya kita gunakan shadow model. Tapi sekarang ramai. Pressword is also another one. Pressword is very well known for methodology. Okay. Alright, okay. So hari ini apa yang akan berlaku is I will introduce secara overallnya aspek tentang research sebagai initial sahaja, then Dr. Lupus will take off from where I stop to go into from the research to the article. Dan hasilnya hari ini produk yang kami nak adalah the article, some article yang you can get ready for the journey. But it all starts with the just let me do some revision here. So biasanya research ni, it's the purpose of research. Ramai tak tahu, that's why students when they come, especially kalau yang S2, S3 kadang-kadang tak faham research. Research ni, dia terus datang, doktor saya nak buat survey, saya nak buat sekolah. So my first question is not about what is the problem? You cannot fix the methodology. Saya tanya student apa saya nak buat qualitative. Saya tanya, faham tak? Kenapa nak buat qualitative? Apa soalannya? So you gotta understand, research is creating knowledge. Your knowledge does not be something really new. It could be a continuation di mana you add on to the current knowledge. There could be certain aspects, certain elements that you go from your research to add on to. For example, okay, after that you talk about, let's say students like learning or consulting. Suddenly when you do your grounded theory, just ada satu elemen sebab combine dengan ni jadi benda baru. Saya ada satu kawan masa saya S3 di Australia. Dia punya thesis tentang create satu metodologi baru. Tapi dia beri grounded theory. Sangat susah, saya tidak. Sangat complex because it's very the methodology coming up. So new knowledge doesn't mean mesti sesuatu yang sangat baru, tidak. Mungkin ada sesuatu yang ditambahkan, dia akan jadi knowledge, dikembangkan. Right? Just like when you talk about gadget 4 levels of cognitive. Tapi when you talk about now, let's say constructivism. Social constructivism bezanya dengan radical is social says that learning is by constructing when you interact with people. Radical constructivism says that it's talking about ilmu yang dibina secara kognitif. Bila ditambah elemen social, dia jadi social constructivism, benda lain. So creating new knowledge. So research is formalized curiosity. Mesti curious. Kalau datang terus saya nak buat survey, saya nak buat ini. Kadang-kadang soalan kajian ni qualitative, right? Okay, right. Research is to see what I always like this. Research is to see what everybody else has seen, and to think what nobody has got. Ni untuk S3 ni. Dia tu nampak macam nak buat tentang satu AI untuk belajar algebra. Tapi biasanya kalau proposal defense, apa soalan paling popular? Apa nak guna AI? Apa masalah pengajaran algebra sampai you have to do something? Algebra automatic, everybody knows, right? So let's see it. If we knew what it was we were doing, it would not be called research. So it has to be something. So research, number one, very important, systematic process. Systematic bermakna dia ada langkah-langkahnya. Dia tak boleh sebarang suka hati nak buat. Dia ada proses, sebab dia proses, dia ada langkah-langkah tertentu. So dia systematic. Dia tak boleh buat suka hati. So that must be remembered. It is systematic process for what? Used to obtain, analyze, interpret the statistic. Dapat, once you dapat, you analyze, interpret. Untuk apa? To understand the problem atau the issue. Okay? Right. So class 12 ini dah ada buku baru. Very important, 3 simple things. You ask a question, you get information to help you answer the question, then you analyze that information, you present and answer the question. Such in very simple terms. So it is problem solving. So dia memerlukan tahap pemikiran aras tinggi. It is higher order, have to be critical. So it is structured inquiry to acquire information that can generate new and useful knowledge. So kita boleh kembangkan, tak semestinya new as in totally ready. Okay, so it answers uncertainty. Ini nanti slide ni boleh diambil, I won't go through everything. Okay. But what is important is that the third last one, you need to obtain relevant and reasonable information. Itu sangat penting sebab kadang-kadang sebagai pelajar kita mesti Alright, once you have the question, then you need to decide what type of data I need to collect to help me answer the question. Dia bukan any data. What type of data and where can I get the data? Okay, so it has to be relevant and reasonable. And most importantly, ethics. Itu sangat-sangat penting. Kita kena pastikan bila kita buat sesuatu research dia ber-ethics. Jangan bila cikgu tu kita tanya, dia jawab semua soalan tu sampai dia punya jawapan juga. Saya pernah interview untuk S2 saya, satu pelajar function, semua salah. Saya tanya dia, what is the linear function? Semua salah, dia jawab. Dalam kepala dia hanya faham quadratic function. Yang linear tu saya tak betulkan. Bila saya interview lama-lama, baru saya faham kenapa dia berikan jawapan tersebut. So jangan kata, kerana ini dia jawab quadratic, saya tanya ini dia jawab quadratic, tak boleh kita. That's not ethical, yeah? Right, so these are the three importance of research. Remember, add to current knowledge, improve practice, inform policy. Bila kita tulis significance of our research, chapter 1 kan, significance. So these are some of the purpose of it. You want to add on to current knowledge, okay, or you want to expand, okay, the knowledge base, atau you want to improve practice. Most importantly, research to improve policy. Terutamanya dalam education. Education now these days, di mana-mana negara education, some of the policies, most of the policies are also research. Okay, dijemputnya, okay, pakar-pakar dari universiti sebab mereka buat research untuk memberitahu. Dah buat banyak research, cikgu-cikgu belajar sama belajar buat research. Apa dapatan? Because the problems that are being addressed by these teachers are the classroom. So ini dia punya right. So the research process, ingat kan tadi is structured, okay, the systematic. So this is the whole process of the research. First of all, you must have a problem. You must have a problem. Where do I get the problem? From your region. So for me, untuk saya personally, because my personal experience masa saya buat S3, your research actually starts with you. So sebenarnya you are actually drafting your literature the first before you do the literature. Mindset pasal buat. Saya dulu ingat chapter 2 ni saya buat chapter 1 research statement, lepas chapter 2 saya buat. Tetapi sebenarnya bila saya masuk ke research, always check. Okay, find the problem. And what is the area you look at? In mathematics, there's so many areas, algebra, whatever. Okay, then what do you think? The main assessment. Okay, next. Who? Siapa? Cikgu, pelajar, document, right? So you need to identify the problem. Okay, then you write down your literature. Because the problem is, okay, I want to see this. Okay, saya mengajar di sekolah, I see the algebra is a problem, so then you put it. There you see that. Tak banyak research, okay, which is sekarang ni yang buat dengan AI. Look at that. Dalam sekarang I want to put AI in algebra, algebra community. Tahap mana? Kalau sekolah mana? Tahap mana? So you use the literature. Because why? Then to refine it becomes after tujuan teacher. What is the purpose of your research? I want to build AI for this app, for example. Okay? So you decide the purpose of the research. The purpose of the research must have your overall objective, kena ada soalan kan? Bila kita ada overall, kita akan membina satu app, okay, untuk belajar algebra topik whatever untuk 13 macam tu. Then that's overall. But what are you looking at in that overall? Number one, ini nak gunakan PDR, nak gunakan body model, right? Okay, so then you break up. Kalau ini adalah tujuan kajian, kalau if I break this, so kita kena break up kepada soalan kajian untuk kita tentukan jenis data apa. Kalau just I want to do I have to teach algebra for 30 years, how can I do it? So you need to break it up. This is that you want to the issue that you can break up so that, oh, now I need to do this. Okay, now I need to look at this. Itu adalah purpose of the research question is the breakdown of your research objective, your overall aim. Okay, then you decide on data collection. You dah decide dah what kind of data. First, saya punya data. Second, so dah systematic kan. Okay, then you decide how data collection to how. What necessarily methodology. What method? Is it going to be quanti? Is it going to be quanti? Is it going to be mixed method? Alright. If it is quanti, which approach is it? Are you going to do experimental? If it's quality, are you going to do case study? In that case study, are you going to do phenomenon theory? What are you going to do? Right? Nampak tak structure systematic flow of thought? Tapi dah ada, dah kita semua data, semua everything. When you do the information, perlu di analisis. Bila kita analisis maksudnya apa? Analysis means that what is the data tadi? Apa yang perlu saya buat pada data supaya saya faham situasi di mana saya terdapat. If I interview teachers and ask them about what they feel about this, what do I need to do to the data? I need to read the data. I transcribe it. I need to read what the teachers tell me. Then I need to try to make sense what are they trying to say. So you need for your data analysis, you need to decide. Okay, which strategy will you use? Quantitative, these are the strategies. Inilah konteks ini statistical apa tu elements ini. Kalau quantitative, kalau you're going to do interviews, you need to transcribe. Right, okay, if you want to do analysis, banyak jenis analysis sekarang ni. Cost comparative, but dulu when I was studying, the most popular was mass movement. Dan selalu menjadi kebutuhan baik, sorok-sorok ni. Mass movement, tetapi sekarang banyak. Sangat-sangat banyak. So you can actually read and take which skill you are comfortable with, and you have technology done, and you go. You have your data management. Tapi at the end of the day, understand the difference between quality and then you report. Kita dah ada analysis anda. Nampak tak? The whole structure. If you can think systematically like this, insyaAllah tak. Right. So what is good research? What is good research? Like I said, what is good research? Good research means you have clear research topic. Mesti jelas. Mesti berfokus. Okay? Contohnya, nak banner app untuk improve learning algebra. Tak jelas langsung. Algebra tu kan banyak. Okay? Nak tengok siapa. Nak improve app apa. Right? So itu satu topik yang tak jelas. So your topic is to be clear. Then your problem, this is very important. Most of the time when we read proposals or anything, problem statement akan ditaruh. If you cannot establish the problem, then why are you doing the research? So you need to make sure, bila problem statement, the topic that you have, why you want to develop the artificial intelligence? What is the problem with the current situation? Right? Why algebra? Why topic of graphs? Why 11-year-olds? Biasa kalau examiner membaca proposal atau any thesis, first thing we always pay a lot of attention is the problem. If you cannot argue that this is a problem, then you don't have a problem. Okay? Betul tak? Kata tadi problem. Okay, so make sure your problem statement is well defined. Kalau nak bina app, kita menunjukkan why the app, nak buat modul, why modul. Kenapa nak check you? Why? Okay, so you establish that as alright, okay. Then you must make sure systematic inquiry. Mesti pastikan what I always told and remember my supervisor, Mr. Zaire. Selalu pesan saya pegang sampai hari ini dan saya selalu nasihat ini kepada Mr. He said, Suzy, always make sure you ambil education. But a good thesis is when you can write clearly and a non-mathematics person from your field can actually read and understand what you do. Jelas. Bahasa yang digunakan mesti jelas dan clear. Mesti sesuai dengan no error. So in mathematics, when you say certain words like function, it has to have a specific. Right? Jelas. Istilah mesti digunakan juga. Tak boleh non-academic, right? Just academic practice. Right, relevance. So you research for relevant. Yang terkini. Alright, what is important now? That's why kita dapat problem statement. Janganlah buat research yang menggunakan overhead projector. Kan? Kecuali dalam satu situasi you happen to go somewhere and for some reason that place does not have anything but an overhead. Right? Accuracy, mesti sesuatu yang data ni mesti pastikan betul. Alright, okay. So research topic. When you select your research topic, okay, you must make sure also be interesting. Okay, researchable. Saya nak tengok kalau saya bawa AI ni ngajar di bulan boleh tak? Amin. Okay. Jadi tak sebut. Lagi pakai S3 juga ya lah. Okay. Saya nak apa perlu fizik lagi. And app I can teach underwater. Right? So make sure researchable. Ataupun saya nak tengok, okay, documents. Okay, dokumen yang untuk sesuatu, tapi kalau dokumen sangat rahsia negara takkan lagi terus. So must be something that researchers need that pencapaian pada data tu. Significant, okay, significant. Ini benda tu terkini lah. Kenapa dia penting? Manageable. Saya nak buat kualitatif doktor. Saya pernah ada student kualitatif. Tunjuk semua dah okey. Rasa kita baca tu, dia nak interview 50 orang dulu. Kita orang nak S3 nak bawa S3. Belum. Okay, within the time frame that she. So, ethical. Of course, all research was ethical. And again, accessibility. Data anda sesuatu yang boleh capai. Kalau social science, saya ikut kehidupan, bisa ikut, bisa tahu. Tapi kat situ, dia tak pernah juga manusia. Kat situ, dia tak. Kena pastikan juga ya. Dia kena bezakan ni, mahasiswa. Sekarang ni academic practice. Selepas anda dah graduate, so it's your domain. But for now, do something that is manageable. Right, okay. So problem statement. What are the important aspects of problem statement? What problem is your research trying to address? These are some questions when we read, we ask. Okay? Why is the focus of your research issue? Kenapa has you got the issue? Kenapa to the issue? Right? What is being said in the literature? So for you to use a problem statement, tengok apa yang berlaku sekarang. Apa keadaan then di situ because from the literature means research that people have done and also writings, right? Tentang sesuatu konsep tu atau keadaan tu. Where is it lacking? With respect to the issue of race. Mana lumpangnya? Where is the research? Mungkin AI is the latest because now AI is what the real world is about. But not much AI is used in the, maybe our students need to pay for AI. So maybe we need to use AI as a yeah, that is it. Right, okay? Important that the problem of statement is clear and is very important. Because from here, you'll get your research object. Kadang-kadang dia macam jadi kan? We got the research apa tu? Ada research question baru kan? Tapi di situ you punya research question tu dia bisa dapat elements of the problem statement section. Okay? Now, saya punya S3 sangat pelik sebab masalah saya kena banyak examiner because of that. Kadang-kadang tentang apa yang kita baca betul. Tapi ia sesuatu yang saya belajar. It is a comprehensive overview of everything that you need. Sama ada this research base or I like to call this section. Empirical section and conceptualization section. Conceptual section is bila kita memberikan definisi. Contohnya, alright, for example, if you see artificial intelligence as part of our research topic, what is artificial? Right? And then in the empirical section, kita lihat apa research yang anda buat tentang ke dalam literature review tersebut. Right. So jangan buat summary of work, not just describe, needs to be critical. So bukan, okay, section A artificial intelligence, kita cerita pengkaji A buat begini, pengkaji B buat begini. Ada dua yang research. Dah, tak boleh. Kena ada critical. Kalau you choose 5 research that you are going to discuss, at the end of it, what are you trying to say? That this 5 research shows that okay, artificial intelligence has contributed to the better achievement of students. Bukan senang satu. Kena bercerita secara critical. And bukan just describe. Pengkaji Dr. Novos 2020 did a research with 3 students through interview. This is what she found. Stop. Suzy, okay, fine. Kita cerita tapi Suzy Novos tu apa significant contribution dia? So kena ada summarize. Okay, so it needs to be critical. Right. So why we do a literature review? Why? Because we want to know what is lacking. Okay? And we also want to know kalau research macam ni, methodology, dia dibuat seperti ini. So it will help you decide on the methodology that you might want to use based on what you want to do. Sama juga dengan metodologi. Tengok quality. Tapi saya tak nak tengok ni, saya tengok ni soal. Could be similar field, right? Okay. And then show proficiency and demonstrate knowledge. Okay. When we read your thesis for your literature review chapter, kita nak pastikan anda cukup membaca. Macam mana kita tahu you cukup membaca? The experts in the field, the name is there. Example, you use multiple intelligence. Satu surat pun saya tak nampak. The person who came out with multiple intelligence. Right? Okay? Gardner. Ataupun Piaget juga Piaget. Tapi Piaget tak ada. Tapi kita source daripada source yang lain. So, and terminology, the terminology that you use. The terminology that you use needs to align with your, because you want to show expertise. When you graduate dengan S3, you are an expert in that. Itu pentingnya. And establish background research. So the literature akan ditarik tulis background, ditarik akan tulis introduction, ditarik akan tulis problem statement. That's how powerful your literature review is. Tapi for expert lah, for example. Okay, so secara umumnya nanti you dah dapat boleh. Secara umumnya, what is important is that your literature review will help you make sure, alright, up to date. Yang anda nak buat tu adalah sesuatu yang begini. Then identify gaps, very important. If you identify gaps so that you can decide on your problem. And then it also justify the choice of your research. Important in literature review. And most importantly, I'll skip all that, the last two. Develop an argument in the process of reviewing. So your literature review needs to be argument. Bukan setakat kamu bercerita tentang pembacaan saja, tetapi hasil pembacaan itu apa yang ada. So dia kena ada critical writing kat situ. You have to critique. Okay, plus provide context information. Then based on your job, itulah mungkin itu global. Secara global itulah isu dia. Okay, Asia Pacific region, Asia region, plus the Indonesia Pacific. So you zoom down, you follow down. Right? You menunjukkan kesarjanaan. It shows you have done a lot of reading. It shows you know what the issue globally and also within the context of the research. That is very important. Okay. So, don't forget, bila kita cari literature review, okay, sampai sekarang buku scholar, the cited there, click on it. So my student will say, tak dapat faham ada. Tak nampak tak ada apa. Dan so saya hidup dengan dia, dua banyak orang. But dia tak, jangan cari terlalu berfokus ya. Okay, so sometimes you have to look, for example, certain construct that you have. Ada, like for me, classroom assessment society, classroom assessment sangat okay. I never done classroom assessment mathematics. Lagi sikit. Then I stop there and I select. So sometimes you can look at when you buka website, there akan ada cited. It means that there are other works. Okay, bila saya klik cited semua. Okay, what it means that okay, kalau this is relevant for me, classroom assessment is relevant for me. Those who cited this could be relevant for me. So I can also check up on this. So bahan is always too much. It's always too much. So the question is, we need to narrow down. Alright? Kecuali you cannot find many sources. What it is that you ada satu get covered. Anda adalah orang yang sliding the wave. Itu maksud dia. Kalau tak jumpa semua saya cakap, kalau tak jumpa masih berbasis, saya akan saya cakap supervisor. Banyak. Kedua je. Satu, memang tak ada and you are in the wave that is changing, or memang anda tak pandai bicara. Okay, so this is the structure of your literature review, your introduction, your body, your conclusion. So selalunya saya selalu talk to my students is that when you write your paragraph should be the first sentence usually is the point. Then you discuss. And then you give examples. So the structure of academic writing. Right. Common mistakes, tak logical organization dia. Okay, too few references outdated, not focus on important elements. I did also notice that they even the variable was there, but there's nothing.
Yeah, so they wrote it like in messy way, and it's not coherent. Sometimes the subheading is not related to the title. So sometimes if you are talking about artificial intelligence, then immediately they jump about virtual learning environment. So this is not logic.
So you need to plan before you write, right? And okay, this one here, lack of voice. Okay, I'll share with this. Hari kedua masa saya S3 di Australia, saya nampak besar-besar. Oh, bahasa saya bertanya, where's your voice? Saya pun cakap, where's my voice? Aku bahasa Australia. So, where's the something? Where's the critical thinking? Saya bawa balik, saya tulis, lepas tu saya bawa the next time I saw her, then she said, why you write like this? Who are you? You're not the expert. Lepas tu cakap, where's my voice? So saya pun tulis dan gini, maksudnya gini. Then I found out lack of voice means that macam saya cakap tadi kan, of course terangkan atau berbuat susah. Tapi at the end of the day, what is for this subject? That artificial intelligence based on this research that has been done shows significant increase in motivation, for example. Itu dia punya voice tu kat sini. But berdasarkan kesukaan hati, I rasa macam ni, sedap, critical, you have to what you write, okay? And make sure your macam tadi flow of discussion. Kena one after another. Suddenly you talk about theory, then you talk about artificial intelligence, then you talk about theory again. Now talk about theory. Now talk about past research. So the structure is important. And don't put everything in. Letak aja semua benda. Dalam apa benda? I have read a literature review of 200 pages. It's too much. Semua benda dia letak dalam tu, dia tak sih benda tu. Ada setengah tak berkaitan, ada yang berkaitan sama, ada. Asalkan ada berkaitan multiple intelligence tu, dia masuk. Tapi dia dalam bidang lain. Boleh baca, tak ada masalah. Tapi bila nak buat literature, dia yang relevant dengan our research. But for reading purposes, please don't get attention to the way. Read wide, but right, focus. Focus that tokoh punya tajuk tu. area of your research. Okay, methodology. Methodology, most importantly, macam saya cakap, I remember my pensyarah S2 saya cakap, dia kata, Suzy, pastikan metodologi. Kalau metodologi cakap anda tidak betul, saya tak nak macam itu. Sebab anda tidak mengumpulkan data dengan cara. Segala kita kumpul cara data betul, maknanya data itu. Saya ingat lagi, kalau S2 saya, biasa cakap. So saya pegang tu sebagai dosen, bila saya baca certificate, saya akan critique to the methodology. If there are many mistakes in the methodology, then this is problematic because the way you collect your data is not sound. Right? So no point for you to read the analysis and the conclusion because the data itself is questionable. Right? Okay, so pastikan methodology itu betul. So methodology is how you collect data. Analysis itu you dalam methodology ada proses bagaimana kumpul data dan jenis data anda tu apa, bagaimana nak buat analisis, and macam mana nak interpret the data. Interpretation is important. Okay, how do you interpret the data? Kalau you do statistics punya analysis, what is that number telling you? So you need to interpret that into your writing, right? And to ensure the reliability and validity of the research, semua dalam methodology mesti diceritakan dengan sangat jelas, right? Okay. Then, so these are your research approaches. So this one saya buat secara umum sebab benda tu nanti terus akan take from here to prepare your article. Because these are the components in articles. Kasi bila kita review article, okay, kita akan lihat benda yang spesifik penting kat sini, right? So your research approach, make sure you can differentiate. Is it quantity, is it quality? I have read 2 articles. Saya tak tahu sebenarnya metodologi apa. This is everything inside it. Quantity ada, quality ada, mix method pun ada. Semua ada dalam itu. Sudah tentu sebagai reviewer, anda tidak akan sebut. Sebab tak jelas, semua ada. Okay? Alright, so make sure this is clear. So, when you choose your research approach, what is your objective? What is your question? Because the question you ask will determine the type of data. So that will determine the nature of the study. Okay? Saya nak buat poli sebab masalah yang tengok. Right? So always start with the problem. Right? Then the resources that you learn and the practicality. Sesuai ke tak? Tengok dari pada tajuk. Dari pada fokus. So when you outline your methodology, these are the main aspects. What is the research approach and design? What is the research and design? Kena cerita, this is the research approach. What is the design? Kalau you buat kualitatif, jelas kualitatif tu apa? Tapi dalam kualitatif kan banyak dengan design, structure, phenomenological, right? Kalau kualitatif pun sama juga sebenarnya. Kita cerita. Then, who, population and sample. Kalau dalam kualitatif kita biasa sebut participants. Right? So use the proper istilah. Then, apa data collection procedure? Data collection procedure is yang anda. Right? What is your procedure? Okay? Kata you got experimental. Right? So, what is the procedure you're going to do? First week, what you're going to do? How many lessons? Apa kena cerita? Ini yang nak tahu. Okay? Then, the data collection items. What are instruments? Sorry, what are the data collection instruments? Survey. Okay, survey too. Survey. What kind of survey? Your survey, how many sections? Section A is what? Section B is what? Okay, right? Then you do pilot study. Okay, the pilot study lakukan juga. What do you do for pilot study? Okay, ni buat because you want to check the experimentation. How many people do you use? For example, right? Kalau ada pilot study, buat. And then data analysis procedure. How you going to analyze your data? What statistical analysis are you going to use? Or what comparative apa? Kena juga. So these are the nampak simple. Kadang-kadang ada statistik juga tengok. Dia tak tahu bezakan kadang-kadang data collection procedure pun tak ada. What happens is bila dia buat data collection instrument dalam dia cakap procedure dia. Okay, nak buat interview. So not good. Separate it. This is my procedure, these are my instruments. So it is clear. Always make sure your thesis is written clearly. Supaya examiner bila baca dia nampak, dia tak pening kepala. Right, findings. Finding chapter very important. This is where you discuss the finding according to your research question. Itu macam-macam semua segala benda semua. Kata, ini nak jawab apa sebenarnya? Dia pula kena jawab. So you write your findings chapter according, because kita nak jawab soalan kajian kan, right? So data tu nak jawab soalan kajian, so tulis bab ni untuk menjawab soalan kajian. So make sure you discover it, put in tables or journal that are given. For example, kata nanti buat quantitative, right? Okay, so there are a lot of numbers and but you feel that if you put something in the table, it helps the reader go ahead. Macam semalam saya thesis kan, saya buat mind map kan, sebenarnya ada penceritaan, kisah tidak penceritaan, tapi I felt that if I summarize the findings in a mind map, that would help the person. So when the person saw the mind map, then they start to participate. So you make that decision whether it is important and it will help. Jangan main, don't simply put things just for the sake of putting. Is it going to help people understand your writing method, right? Simplify tables that are too long, too much information. Don't put too much information into a table. Okay? And also when you write, especially for quantitative, jangan cerita balik apa yang ada dalam jadual itu. Untuk range umur group 20 hingga 30, ni dia adalah 3.5 standard. Benda tu dah ada dalam buku, ada cerita. Cerita terus, masa dia apa? Dia tak signifikan. Okey, tak signifikan maksudnya apa tak signifikan? Apa tu kaedah ni tidak memberi kesan kepada pengajaran. That is the interpretation. How you know? Because this number is less than what? The statistics there. Itu sangat penting. So for your final chapter, even articles is very important, right? That's about your discussion. Discussion is when you summarize everything from your research question. Tadi dah bentang question 1, this is your result. Then when you do your discussion, what is all that data value plus you use your literature to support. You want to add on that? The discussion part. Okay? Discuss and justify. Relate with the theory of previous research finding to support. Yang tema yang themes yang saya dapat tu, okay, the first two themes conclude with Rufus and Suzy. But my third theme, something that is different, for example, right? So bermakna now you relate, you show your what we say your kesarjanaan dengan you can relate back to the movie. You're saying that now I'm contributing to, yes, I got similar, but this one is different. Okay, now state your limitation and also suggest future research based on the limitations, for example. Right? Okay, and that's all. So this is just the revision, and I will pass to Dr. Lucas to move from here. Thank you.
Okay, Assalamualaikum everyone. Okay, so I will continue from the discussion bar. So after that, let's say you are interested with publication. After that, you will think how you gonna write your research to be ready to submit to journal. Okay, anyone have experience in publication? So no one has experience in publication yet? Not yet. Okay. Okay, so today I wanna start the tips for successful publication. Okay, so first of all, I will give you tips how to select the suitable journal for your publication or your article, your book, your paper. Let's say you want to write a book also for it's suitable for publishing book and any type of book chapters, articles, or it can review article or empirical article. Okay. The second thing, to learn the publication standard and style of the chosen journal, then write part and section of the paper according to the requirements from the journal, then to prepare for editorial requirements for paper submission. Okay, so today, first of all, I will touch how we can plan our article, then structure your article, then select the right journal for submission. Maybe we can touch the submission process a little and ethical publication. Okay, what's your purpose to publish, or what's your purpose to start publication or to submit your article to the journal, or let's say you have a requirement. Now we are all students, so you have graduating requirements, so you need to publish at least one article or two articles. So some people, they say this is because of the requirement. So I need to submit because I want to achieve PhD level or master level. Okay? Some other educator or researcher who have been done already PhD level, so they focusing about their career or their job later. So maybe they will say it's like one of the KPI for my job. So I need to publish to achieve at least the minimum percentage of my performance in my institute or in my university. And some researcher just like for personal stuff. He like to write, or he interesting to write like articles and publish articles. Some of the educators, they like to be like knowing among the researcher in their field. Like I want to be popular. So if I want to be popular in mathematics education, so I need to focus on publication more. Because publication, it can help you to let other people know you and read your article if they are interested with the topic. Other educator, researchers, maybe they focusing on getting promoted. So let's say I am now lecturer. I want to become senior lecturer or associate professor. So I publish more to get the promotion or to get the professorship. Okay, so this is the most important reason or personal reason why we need to publish, or why we like encourage ourselves to write articles or write any type of research, but make sure you are interested with that topic, because if you are not interested, your writing not that quality paper, like when you want to submit it to any job. So make sure you are interested with the topic and you like what you are doing or what you are writing. Okay, so here also this is like the survey. Why do people publish? So the majority of like between male and female. So and also it's like from 2005 to 2000. So some of them focusing on career prospects. Some of them they they want to produce or publish any IP or intellectual property, or some of them to receive reconnection, some of them like to gain further knowledge or to get like more results. Or from that point, after you write the first article, you will find out like another research gap you need to focus on. So that give you motivation to further your research. Okay, and some of them they focusing to securing research project or research funding later, because right now a lot of fields it's really difficult to secure research project or research funding, especially like in Asian country. But if you are in Europe country, I think they have like some potential grant, but they give their own people, like Europe people. So if you apply as an international, it's really difficult for you to get. That's why some researcher or educator focus on research to make sure they are really popular and getting or securing any research grant or research fund. Okay, so also this is like the statistic for why do people need to share their work or their research. So some of them mention it's like it may be benefit for others. Like let's say you are publishing about how to use artificial intelligence in writing research, or how to use artificial intelligence in teaching and learning, or in education, or in general education. So many student educators, they don't have that idea how they can use artificial intelligence in writing articles. So this why you publish that article, or why you interested to write that article, especially about artificial intelligence in publication. So this is one of the reasons to help other educators, or maybe other or someone take benefit from your research. And some of them they mention like it's maybe we can get like feedback after we writing our research. Might be we like some of the reader interest, or some of the readers send to us some comments or some questions. So maybe we can get feedback, especially if you publish like in Web of Science or Scopus. Some of the journals they have this type of things. They ask the reader's opinion about your article, if they are interested with your article or not. So also you can like get feedback from your article, or if like how many educators interested with the same topic, or how many students they can gain any knowledge or benefit when they use your article. Also, if you get a lot of reader, or some educator or researcher cite your paper, this is will help you to improve your H index. Okay, and some of them they mention like to be part of the community. Let's say I am unknowing researcher, or no one know me. So if I want to be popular among the physics education, or among the mathematics education lecturer, teachers, educators, so I publish some article. I feel it can be or it's really hot topic in my field. So maybe the other educator get interest from you, then they will request your article to full read. Sometimes some journals they have closed access, open access. So closed access, no one can read the full article, only the abstract and title. And the open access, they can read your article, but sometimes if they need like anything, let's say they request your instrument or your data collection tool, they will email you directly, then request your tools or your full article, or maybe they are interested with working with you or contribute with in your research. So this is also help you to be a popular among your community. Okay, so many people seem to publish a lot quickly. So how they do it? So we saw some researchers, some educators, they can publish like 10 papers per year or more than that. Let's say 20 papers per year. How they publish really fast? Anyone have idea? Okay, so nowadays we have artificial intelligence too, right? So we have ChatGPT. Many researchers nowadays they use ChatGPT to draft the article, but ChatGPT didn't give you that high quality article. So you cannot only lie to ChatGPT or artificial intelligence tool. Artificial intelligence tool come out to help us only, to be like assistant. Let's say I want to check the grammar, proofreading for my research. So I can use ChatGPT. Or maybe I want to use it like for summarizing some article. Then I can get the idea from ChatGPT, but don't copy paste to your paper. Okay? So a lot of researchers they can like they can use ChatGPT like for research conception, for academic publication, and for academic writing. Then sometimes it helps them for editing and proofreading. But you make sure you use ChatGPT in the right way. So let's say if I want to use it for research concept, so ChatGPT can help you to generate the hypothesis. Okay, if you give the exact title, research title, and if you give the research question, maybe ChatGPT can generate the hypothesis for you. Also, it can give you like meta-analysis. Like last Monday, we talked about SLR, right? SLR and meta-analysis. So ChatGPT can help us in analyzing data. So you can upload your file, like let's say you are conducting quantitative research. So you have a lot of numerical data and you manage it as a table or as a chart. So you can upload table or chart, then ask ChatGPT to interpret your data. So ChatGPT also can help you not only qualitatively or also quantitatively. If you upload the interview or your transcript or your raw data, then ask ChatGPT to give you the exact code, the exact themes ChatGPT can suggest for you based on your data. Okay, so this is the way how we can use artificial intelligence, not only like ask ChatGPT to write the full chapter A to Z. Okay. Also, maybe you can ask ChatGPT for literature review. While literature review, I didn't prefer use ChatGPT. Sometimes ChatGPT give us unknown sources. So unknown sources, cannot existing to the any database. So how you will use unpublished sources or unknown source? So that's why in literature review part, maybe you can select your articles, then can upload the articles to ChatGPT. ChatGPT can summarize for you. But make sure it's real source. Okay? Also, it can help you in suggestion, research design for your title. Let's say if we want to use ChatGPT for academic publication, so also ChatGPT can help you find journal And if you link the journal with ChatGPT or give ChatGPT the links for that publisher or journal you selected, ChatGPT can give you the formatting or the author instruction. Maybe it can give you like journal peer review, and also it can help you to check if there is any technical issue in your article. So you can upload your article, but I didn't prefer to upload the whole article to ChatGPT. Only just ask question by question. But if you need like to upload any source, so upload already like sources already published. Let's say if we use like for academic writing, so it can help us for language translation, data interpretation, paraphrasing, reference management. Also, if you are ChatGPT, let's say you want to write the journal style ABA style. So you can ask ChatGPT to help you to like style your reference. Okay? IEEE or numbering or ABA style or Shigeru. So depends on the journal requirement. And also ChatGPT can help you for academic or scientific writer. So if you ask ChatGPT, I want to write this or summarize this article in academic writing or scientific writing style, also it can help you to draft. But you need to paraphrase because other artificial intelligence tool, maybe it can deduct your article as AI generation or AI generated. Okay? So this is the way how the researcher can use ChatGPT as an assistant in publication. That's why they can produce like many articles per year. But don't lie totally to ChatGPT. Okay, so are you ready for publication? Ready? Excited or not? Okay. If you are not ready for publication, don't start writing. Because like, okay, if you are also like, if you are not interested with publication or you want to just focusing on teaching and learning, it's okay. But like, if you have like interest to be a publisher or scholar, so it's better for you to start thinking about publication from now. Because nowadays, like our era, it's very developed, and any scholar or researcher or educator might be interested with the same topic. Later, if you think about one topic, then you go search and select your article. Oh, it's already published. How I can write with this? So you need to think like, let's say now you are master or PhD student. So you have to publish as a graduation requirement. Then what's the other step? Okay, so let's say if you are ready for publication, so you need to have like your original result or method, scientific enhancement of published work, and up-to-date review of the subject or field. So you need to read a lot to make sure you are not backdated. And nowadays, the majority, they think artificial intelligence is new for all education field, right? But there is a lot of researchers already published about artificial intelligence. So if you want to focus about artificial intelligence, what's the new in artificial intelligence? Okay, but if you are not ready or work has no significant interest or you are not interested with the publication, just hold on. No need to be a scholar or publisher. But if you want to be good in your field and popular, you need to start think from now. Okay, now I will share about what can make your manuscript or article strong. Dr. Susie just now she mentioned about problem statement or research gap. So the first thing you need to focus a clear and useful and existing message. So if you want to, let's say the student have misconception in calculus, okay? So how you gonna solve this issue? So it's supposed to be clear and useful, like other researcher or educator can use it. Then existing message. So that's why Dr. Susie said you need to focus on literature review to find what's the gap, what's the missing there. Then you start from that point. Okay, so also we can say presented and constructed in logical manner, allowing reader to easily grasp the significance. So if you just write in messy way, not coherent, no logical flow in your writing, no one will get your message. Okay, so no one will get what's the significance in your research and uh, why you conduct that research. So you need to be specific. So editor, reviewer, and reader all want to receive well-presented manuscript. So well-presented manuscript, this is the way how you draft your article. Supposed to be coherent, logical, and clear, and have message. Because the editor, who's the first one, touch your article after you or your research member. So the editor will decide if this is good to be published or the reader will get benefit from your topic or not. The second one, the reviewer. If the editor sent your paper or your article to be reviewed, so the second one, reviewer who's expert in your field. Or sometimes some journal they didn't send it to expert in field, but at least you get their opinion. Okay, then readers. Let's say you are success to publish. Who's the one gonna touch your article after the reviewer, after the journal post your article online, so the reader who's interested in the same topic. And the reader might be your student if you are lecturer, your colleagues if you are a lecturer or some teachers, or maybe other scholar or in teaching or learning process.
Can I add um, for journals, especially very good many articles, they have what they call the pre-review of the article. Tak sampai ke editor tu. Dia akan bagi kepada editorial members dia to review and they will decide whether it should proceed. So before dulu
Not all,
not all, some journals they will have a process before even getting to the reviewers and the editor. There'll be a group of people, okay, where they will give, can you please have a look and see whether this is okay to be further process. Further process means to give to the reviewer. So your article can be rejected even before the review. Some journals they a lot of articles, yeah. So that's important.
Okay. Okay. Yeah. Nowadays, especially like some scholars, not all scholars journal, and Web of Science journal, the majority they send it or assign editor for your article first. Then, if that editor agrees your article has potential to be published, then they will send it to peer review, like external review. Okay. So, what article type should I choose? So just now, Dr. Suzy mentioned we have or three type of research approach. We have quantitative, qualitative, and mixed method, right? So based on that, uh, the journal decide to have like list what type of article you can publish in this journal. Like let's say I want to publish full article. So full article means it has data like quantitative or qualitative or mixed method. So this is full article. Or in other journals, some journals they call it empirical article. Okay. The second thing we can choose to publish like review. So review, some journals they calculate systematic literature review under full article. Some journals no, only review article. Okay. So review article we have scoring review, we have systematic review, we have only literature review, we have concept review. So these all can be published under review. Some journals also accept short communication. So short communication, it's look like article, you collecting data, everything, but it's very short, like 3 to 4 pages only. And nowadays, like this is really popular, short communication. And one more thing, brief data. Brief data, so only focusing about your result, your finding. First, you need to write the title, brief literature review, like 2 paragraphs, one paragraph introduction. Then after that, you focusing on your data only. Then, like 1 paragraph discussion only. After that, they will ask you to like post your result in any website. Then share with them the link to make sure this is real collecting data step. But it's very rare. Okay, so also this is the most popular free type of publication, but also now, like long time ago, they start with the publishing book or book chapter, and also some publishers accept to publish full book or book chapter in any volume. Okay, how do I choose the right journal? So, first of all, you need to have like aim to reach the intent audience for your work. So you need, let's say we are social science or let's say we are education. Okay, we are in education field. So I want to focus on journal published like in education. But I know like for social science and education, not that like not that much journal in Web of Science or Scopus Index. But like let's say if you are integrate technology with education, so of course you will find the most popular journal call it Computers and Education. It's under Springer Nature Publishing. So the first of all, you need to specific like the aim or the scope of your study. So the scope of your study really important, because let's say you are choosing one journal focusing on psychology, but your article or your paper didn't mention about psychology. Immediately, the editor will reject your paper because it's out of scope. Okay, so the most important thing, you need to focus on the scope, aim and scope. Then after that, what type of articles consider? Like some journals, they only accept review paper. Some journals, they accept only qualitative research. Some journals accept only method. So if you want to focusing on qualitative research, let's say you can select the journal who publish like all mixed method, like quantitative, qualitative, or mixed method, or sometimes some journal accept review paper, like technology, knowledge, learning, and technology. This is one of the journal. It's Web of Science Q2 in Branger. This journal accepts all type of articles. Okay, so the second thing you need to focus on what type of articles the journal considers. Then readership, like academic various practice. So who's the readership for that? Let's say your topic about mathematical thinking or like calculus. So you should find journal accept these two concepts or these two vocabulary. But if you, let's say, if you select one journal in medicine or in dentist, so of course you will get rejected because it's first of all out of scope. The second, the readership, not the person who's in education field. The majority will be like medical doctors or dentists. Okay. Then subscription via open access. So some journals, like in Scopus or Web of Science, they ask you to pay if it's open access, but sometimes you cannot afford it. For some journal like computers and education, it's around 4,000 US dollar. You want to publish. And that journal has subscription. Subscription means the traditional method means closed access. So no need to pay, but really difficult to publish in that journal because the high impact for that the impact factor for that journal more than 10. Okay, so they select like the hot topic only. Like let's say we are in artificial intelligence era. Since artificial intelligence era started until now, they publish a lot of articles about artificial intelligence because it's the current situation and it's hot topic. And all fields can use or integrate artificial intelligence with their field or in their study. Let's say we are in education, we can use artificial intelligence in teaching and learning. If we are like in computer science, also they use deep learning, artificial intelligence to connect that with medicine field. So nowadays it's really popular. That's why if that topic have been published already, so you cannot publish in high impact factor journal. Okay. Then speed of publication. So the speed of publication, some journals have like 4 issues per year. They publish 4 times per year. Some other journals one time per year, or 1 issue per year. So better to focus on the journal who publish more than 3 issues per year to make sure you publish your article within the time. Let's say some journal need 3 months per review. So let's say 3 months, then you need 1 month for correction if you receive any feedback. Then after that, you need another 1 month for publication. Like literally 5 months for publication. Even it's open access. But sometimes there is some journal they have published like 12 issues per year, but I didn't prefer to submit to that journal because after a few years it will be like a priority journal or under B list. Or withdraw, discontinue the Scopus and Web of Science. Then you need to focus on peer review process like single blend or double blend or open. Some journals like they send your article to external reviewer 1 time. Some journals 2 times. So I have experience in one Web of Science journal if you want. They sent my article to peer review 2 times, and it took around 1 year and 2 months to publish my article. And it's open access journal. We already paid. So you need to focus on that also. And if it's open, means like some journals they have preprint. So preprint, if you want to post your article preprint, anyone can see your article, and the reader also can give you comments, not only reviewer. But this is not good because they didn't consider it as a publication. Okay. Also, you need to focus in the bibliometrics and content innovation. So these all things we need to consider before start selection the right journal for our publication. So you need to put all these points in your mind before select the journal. Let's say the journal publish 1 issue per year, and sometimes they already consider like to publish some article from previous year. So your article will be next year or after 2 next year. So this is really difficult because let's say if your topic really hot and it's like studying hot issue in teaching and learning, then after that you will find you are waiting this long time to publish this paper, but on the same time you find other researcher already publishing. So the majority of the reader, they will follow the other article. So this is less chance for you to be cited or to be recognized from the reader or other scholar. Okay? Okay, so select the best journal for the submission. Each publisher, like let's say we are talking about Springer, if you want to select journal, they have like journal finder. Okay, it gives you option to like upload or copy paste your abstract or your keyword or your research title to the website page. Then the publisher itself will give you suggestion journal, list of suggestions. Then after that, you need to check journal by journal to make sure which journal is suitable for your article. Okay, I will show some examples now. Okay, let's say we will select Elsevier publisher. Okay, Elsevier also very wide databases for Scopus and Web of Science journals. Okay, also here Elsevier has journal finder. It's called Elsevier Journal Finder. Okay, so you need to press. Then here it gives you the website. Find the right journal for your research. Okay, here you have two options. Okay, the first option match my abstract. So I can get any abstract, like let's say, let's find. Okay, this is my publication. So let's say I want to find out what suitable journal to publish this article. So I need to copy paste the abstract. Then, or maybe you can add by keyword or okay. Okay, so copy paste and the abstract, then find journals. So here it gives me some potential journal, but of course not all journals can accept my article. Okay, because some journal is not related, like the first journal, Green and Smart Mining Engineering. So this journal focus on engineering, so it didn't focus on like critical thinking or educational field. Okay, the second one, material today communication. This is computer science, or it can be pure science. Okay, my article is physics education. So also it has data in print, but this is very limited article, limited journal, so you cannot publish in this journal more than 10 pages. So if your article around 20 pages or more than 15 pages, you should consider journal accept to publish like from 6,000 words to 10,000 words. So also if here journal of dental science. Okay, maybe Asian Journal of Social Science can be one of the potential journals I can submit my article. But first of all, we need to check the impact factor, site score, and the publication option, like open access and subscription. For this journal, it can be like open access, but if you decide to publish open access, you need to pay 2,760 USD dollar for one article. So let's say you want to publish 10 articles per year. From where you put this much money for publication? That's why some researchers publish more to get or secure research grants for helping in publication processing fee. Okay? And if you decide to choose the subscription, so no publication charge, so we can choose that because this my article I publish it in thinking skill and creativity. It's also Elsevier, but I choose like subscription, and it's took around 4 months to be published, and I choose subscription because the fee for thinking skill and creativity is 4,000 USD. I cannot afford it. Okay, but this journal, thinking skill and creativity, focusing on thinking, critical thinking, creative thinking, sometimes problem solving can, mathematical thinking can. So this is really popular journal in thinking skill or thinking skill in education impact factor 4. Okay, so let's say I want to try search by the title. Okay, sometimes by the title they didn't give you. So you need to write by keywords or abstract. So this is the way how we can find. So this is for Elsevier Finder. Also we have Springer Finder, Springer Nature. But I feel based on my experience, Springer Nature better than Elsevier because Springer Nature only give you the journal related to the field. Then you need to decide. Okay, let's try Springer Nature Finder.
Sampai-sampai itu ada soalan tak? That you want to ask Dr. Nufus maybe the previous slide and all that because of acting or anything. Kalau if let's say you have actually the same hands up and
Yes.
Yeah.
If there is any question, can ask now. Okay.
That's about the use of it as teacher instance. But in my institution, there is a regulation about use of two-meeting checkup to check the similarities of the checker. If students use ChatGPT for proofreading, how can we clearly differentiate between article entirely produced by ChatGPT and one where ChatGPT was only used for proofreading?
Okay, for proofreading, like let's say you already have the content, then you ask ChatGPT to proofread for you. Then it's in the beginning it's human being writing. Then ChatGPT only just proofread if this is like in terms of grammar, in terms of technical issue, ChatGPT only want to check that, not to rewrite the full by AI. So it's already human being maker. Then after that, ChatGPT on proofreading. And one more thing, if you didn't trust it generated by AI, there is some tool can humanize the text for you. So again, you can recheck with the other tools, not only ChatGPT. But ChatGPT here as assistant, but like no need to take the full paragraph copy paste from the ChatGPT itself to your article. You can take that as an idea, and after that suggestion you can build on in that suggestion, not take it as it like it's as an idea only. Sometimes we can use ChatGPT for idea because ChatGPT sometimes give you good idea related to your, let's say, research method. If you don't have the idea how the research method look like in your article, so ChatGPT can help you to have an idea, at least idea, to start writing your methodology part?
There is some example from my student. They translate the article from English to English in ChatGPT or Google Translator. And when we check with the Toolkit, I check information that 50% produced by AI.
Okay, means the original article by AI. Like, yeah, the Indonesian, Bahasa Indonesia by AI, not by a human maker. That's right. And sometimes, let's say, if you want to use a chatbot also help you as an assistant, but it can deduct any AI tool, even translator. So that's why we didn't encourage the student to use ChatGPT that much, but only as an assistant for proofreading, because there is many tools for proofreading, not only ChatGPT. Welcome. Okay, so this is like sequential nature thing. So you can also find a journal by your abstract or by your title. Okay, so this is the title. So let's say what type of journal it gives. Okay, see here, sequential nature better than Elsevier in somehow, because it gives you like journal related to your article or your title. But here, the first journal, current psychology. Why they give me current psychology? Because I am checking self-concept. Okay, so psychology, like an anxiety, attitude, self-concept under psychology. So that's why they give me an example for psychology. Okay, then the second example, higher education. But here, higher education, I think it's not suitable for my article because my population, secondary school student, not higher education. Okay, so these two journals, maybe you can avoid. And also, like, it will give you like publication model hybrid, means it can publish open access and closed access, and it the impact factor 2.6, and like the submission to the first decision 29 days. Let's say you submitted today. After 1 month, the editor will give you the decision. If there is any mistake, or if he want to, if there is any technician issue, or he want to further for peer review stage. Okay. So here also gave Asia Pacific Education Review can education and information technology cannot use, because the article not about technology. So I didn't integrate technology in the title or in this article. So the journal about technology or about design education can be, but it's not the main focus on technology. So Sequential Nature give you articles, or sorry, journals in your field, related to your field, not like the Elsevier give you all displays. Also, there is for Taylor Francis. So this is the third publisher, and so these all publishers, the majority of the journal under Scopus and Web of Science database. So this is the way how you select the journal, or how you can find out what type of journal I can select to publish my research. Okay, any questions? Okay, so first of all, you need to look, yeah, Ken.
It is good for technical. Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. I am Rama from. I want to ask about the using of AI on our writing article. This is actually my personal case. When I write an article using an AI help, when I use Turing checker, AI checker, not identified as an AI. So it's not identified. But if I write by myself, not using an AI,
Will be AI.
it will be AI. So it's really confusing for me. So my question is, how can I face this problem? I should get instead of writing by myself, or there any mistake that I've done. It is relevant.
Okay, maybe you start thinking as an AI. We don't know. Yeah, actually, it's happened. It's happened with me last 2 months. So, based on my experience, if I want to use AI tools for as an assistant or helping tool for me writing research, I didn't write using AI. So sometimes I think many times before I write by myself because like I feel if you thinking about something, the other social media AI immediately can give your thinking. So, like for me, I didn't think that much before I start writing, and I select as much I can article or sources to help me in that. So I read more to make sure like there is no existing writing or topic related to my topic. Then based on that, I start writing. So maybe AI gives to you, maybe other educator, other researcher already have been done this using AI.
No. Uh,
So cute.
so,
Huh?
uh,
Okay, once you remember. She wants to ask you.
Izin bertanya, tapi dengan ibu untuk yang materi sebelumnya. Izin bertanya pakai bahasa Indonesia lagi adanya. Saya pun masih bingung dengan penulisan eh, kalau dalam bahasa Indonesia itu perumusan masalah kan beda dengan pertanyaan penelitian. Jadi kayak problem statement dengan research questions itu kan beda. Nah, bedanya itu gimana? Cara buatnya di bagaimana dan minta tolong diberikan satu contoh judulnya ini, kemudian problem statement-nya ini, kemudian baru pertanyaan penelitiannya gimana cara menurunkannya dari tulisan. Terima kasih.
Ya, research question adalah hasil daripada for example S3 saya sekarang okay, mathematics teachers believe right kalau kita jadi persoalan kajiannya first one what are teachers believe okay, apa belief guru tentang tak saya Jadi bila sampai ke problem statement maksudnya tadi tajuknya adalah tentang belief, tentang assessment. Jadi isunya di sini saya ingin melihat apa sebenarnya understanding about assessment. Why is a problem as a policy? Why? Kalau examination tanya, why you want to look at teachers and people? Jadi dalam problem statement dia, kalau saya tengok message, dalam problem statement dia ada kenapa assessment jadi problem? Okay, assessment menjadi problem sekarang sebab pada ketika saya buat assessment telah berlaku satu global shift. Global shift daripada traditional assessment, paper and Excel pada alternative assessment. Pada ketika saya membuat penelitian S3 saya, telah berlaku satu perubahan di dunia pendidikan dalam konteks assessment. Kita cakap tentang, ada introduction tentang alternative assessment. Formative assessment. Jadi, secara umumnya dalam literature, kita melihat pada mathematics, assessmentnya adalah pencil paper. Right? Tetapi, bila kita lihat dalam bidang lain, misalnya ada satu pergerakan dan mula ke formative alternative assessment. Jadi, persoalan saya adalah, seandainya berlaku ke dalam matematik ekonomi, apa diri guru tersebut? Adakah mereka mampu atau mereka merasa susah? Itu fokus itu adalah problem statement. Itu satu problem statement. Tidak. Persoalan saja dalam bentuk soalan, tetapi problem statement dalam bentuk penulisan. Menjelaskan, mengambilnya dari literature review. Sebab salah satu point daripada literature review bila saya membaca, dalam matematik tidak banyak, sangat-sangat sedikit tentang non-traditional assessment atau not paper pencil atau alternative assessment yang digunakan. Banyak digunakan di dalam language, banyak digunakan di dalam budaya sains, tapi dalam maths dia sama. Jadi bila kita buat literature review, kita mendapat secara global ada satu shift. So persoalannya, itu kalau berlaku dalam matematik kan kenapa? Sebab kita nampak pergerakan di situ dan ada kajian yang dibuat. Jadi problem di situ adalah bila saya ditanya, why is it important for you to look at teacher belief? So the reason is kami statement is this. Belief apa yang kita percaya kita akan bersama belief. Jadi kalau dia percaya bahawa assessment untuk meningkatkan kompetensi, kalau sebenarnya kompetensi, tetapi sekarang di dunia pendidikan telah berlaku satu shift daripada bukan sahaja pencil dan paper ke assessment. Jadi itu diberi problem statement untuk menjelaskan kenapa saya nak bekerja. Apa saya nak buat ini? Why do you want to look at belief? Because belief dalam ada satu teori adalah what we do is what we do. Kalau saya percaya bahawa bukan hanya boleh pengetahuan yang mengenai pencil paper, saya rasa alternatif for example, saya masih boleh melihat proses pemikiran matematik untuk memahami apa yang dia faham. Tetapi melalui pencil paper saya tidaklah. Saya hanya nampak dia sebagai alasan tidak alternatif. Jadi dalam dunia assessment dah berubah. You don't really look at the content, but you need to look at the process of thinking where people can look at. Jadi dia melihat banyak kepada the importance of this. We need to understand. We talk about multiple intelligence. What is multiple intelligence? Globally, study issues. How you want to link it to one another. So persoalan kajian adalah dalam persoalan. Tetapi problem statement adalah untuk menjelaskan apa yang apa isu yang ini. So penulisan problem statement adalah bentuk dalam bentuk
Okay, any other question? Okay, so the most important thing when you want to select the best journal, first of all, you need to look at the references. So these will help you narrow your choices. So let's say you have the list of references in your article. So check the potential journal. But sometimes the references like it's not peer reviewed journal or not high impact factor journals. That's why we introduced the publisher website to use it to help you at least to find the list of the journal might be can be related to your article. Okay. The second thing, you need to review recent publication in each candidate journal. So you need to check the publication in the same journal. If there is any potential or similarity between your title and the scope of the journal to be accepted in that journal. Then ask yourself some question. So, is it peer review journal? So, who's the journal audience? This is the most important thing. Then, what's the average time to be published? Like the period of the publication, like how many issues per year, or like in how many months they reduce or produce the issue or post the publication online. Some journal 3 months, some 4, some journal a year. Then what's the journal impact factor? If you are focusing on Scopus and Web of Science journal, so you need to check the impact factor. Of course, some like Scopus don't have impact factor, but you need to look to the site score. So site score, it can help you to know if this journal like Scopus index or not. Or maybe you can check the journal title in Elsevier website. Then decide on one journal and don't submit to multiple journals. In one time, this article supposed to be submitted to one journal only. Don't submit it to multiple journals. Some students, they say, Doctor, okay, we can submit it to 2 journals to make the publication period very short. If the first one give us acceptance, okay, we ignore the second journal. So this is not correct. Okay? Okay, so this is the auto journal pickup tool. So I just mentioned, like we have for Springer journal suggestion, we have Elsevier, we have Willy, and we have IEEE publication recommender, and we have index journal selector. So in index journal selector combine all publishers, combine all journals from all publishers, like Springer, Elsevier, Willy, IEEE, and Sage, and other type of journal. Okay, so this is really important to know. It helps you as a tool to find out that the exact journal or the suitable journal for you. Okay, so this is one of the examples. So I just show about Elsevier. They says then after that you need, when you open the journal website, you need to look at the first of all guide for author. Some journal they didn't mention guide for author, they mention instruction for author. Okay, it's similar. So this one help you to come out with the structure for the article. If there is like some journal, they don't have literature review in the structure. They start with the like title, author names, affiliation, abstract, keywords, and introduction. After introduction, immediately go to methodology part. There is no literature review part. But some other journal, it's compulsory to have literature review part. If they see there is potential publication for your article and you miss the literature review part, they will send back to you to write the literature review part. Okay, so this is example. Then after that, you need to check like the paper, like your paper, your way, how you write your paper. It's like aligned with the author instruction or author guideline in the potential journal or not. Then after that, you need to check the style of reference. how you style your referencing, your citation. Some journals prefer numbering or IEEE, but the majority of journals prefer APA style. Okay? Then the most important thing you need to focus on after you forward to submit your article, you need to check if the journal under priority journal or not. So priority journal, we can call it as a formulate deductive or like B-list journal. So like they publish that to claim the alignment from the scholar or only for seeking of the money. That's why when you submit, like you didn't check priority journal, you submit your article immediately after 2 days, you got acceptance. Wow. So this is, it can give you like bad thinking why they accept my article immediately without any comments, without any notification, or if they mention it's good or not. Then if they accept it fast, immediately they ask you to pay. And they give you like 1 day or 2 days to complete your payment to be published. But that's journal, sometimes they don't have databases. You cannot like uh, like find its value to publish. So you need to avoid this type of journal. And there is one website, we call it blist.net. So blist, it can help you to find out what type of publisher and what name of journal or what title journal's title it's under blist. So you need to avoid that. Okay? So okay, so this is the website for the field list. You can find out if this journal, priority journal or the publisher. So you can see the publisher. So this is the whole like academic publication, related academic research in science, engineering, art, and management. Also, these all publishers, it's under priority journal. So please avoid these type of journals. Sometimes universities, like some institute, they didn't accept your publication if the journal under this list. Okay, also you can not only check the publisher, you can check also the journal names, like standard journal. So this is the journal names under B list. So a lot of journals, many journals, more than 1,000. And the majority of this journal, the region India. Yeah, and you need to put in your mind another one important thing. If there is any publisher, start to invite you as a researcher, and it's unknowing publisher or unknowing journal. So maybe this also be seeking for money only. Okay, so now the most important part, how to structure your article or how to structure your research based on the journal or based on the publisher requirements. Okay, so this is based on Elsevier. Okay, because Elsevier like really wide database and really popular long time ago. And the Scopus in the beginning start with Elsevier. So if I want to structure my article, based on Elsevier requirement or based on any other publisher, the first thing I need to look at the author guideline or author instruction in the journal itself. Let's say I just now show my article that's under Elsevier. Also, I follow this structure to write my article. Okay, first of all, your article is supposed to have title, abstract, keyword, then after that, introduction, method, result, and discussion. See, Elsevier, the majority of Elsevier journal, no need to write literature review. By literature review, it can help you in your discussion bar. So some journals, they request to write a literature review. Okay, so before that, after the introduction, you can add literature review bar. Okay, then methodology, result, and discussion, then conclusion. It's supposed to be as a story, means you are telling yourself story. Then acknowledgement, reference, and supporting material. If you want to add any supplementary material like any findings you didn't add it in your article, also you can submit it as a supplementary or supporting material. Some journals, they ask for ethical approval. So if you don't have ethical approval, maybe you will face a problem because the majority of the journal ask for ethical approval, even quantitative or qualitative. Okay. Okay, anyone would like to share the draft? Any volunteer would like to share the draft, like your article? Yeah, it's only, I am not judger. I want to just tell you the right way how to write. Anyone here like PhD second year or third year?
Of course, I know. I identify who is draft. Don't ask. No. No, I don't want to judge. Maybe I will be your Okay, I will share my draft. Okay. Okay, first of all, you need to like focusing on the title. Okay, if your title not effective, like attract the reader attention, so no one will be interested to read your article or complete until the end of article from A to Z. Okay, contain fewest possible word, and it can be describe the content. Informative but concepts, identify my main issue, then don't use technical like abbreviation or like let's say we want to mention about computational thinking. You cannot write CT in the title. You need to mention computational thinking. So not all of us familiar with what does it mean by CT. Maybe in different country, different meaning. We don't know, right? So maybe editor and reviewer didn't like title that make no sense or fail to represent the subject matter adequately. And if the title not
the appropriate audience may not read your paper. So this is start from the title, means your story starts from the title. And I prefer the short title. So short title better than the long title. Okay, so I will share my graph.
Sambil terus mencari ada soalan lain ke? Ada itu sedang menjawab soalan. Okay. Nanti. Dia akan ada introduction, chapter 1 kan, introduction, dalam tu kita ada background kan. Okay, dalam tu background, dan kita cerita background, dan kemudian kita pergi kepada research objective. Atau kadang-kadang ada sekadar research aim, right? Then after that, bila research objective atau aim, dia bukan persoalan, dia ayat pernyataan. Then daripada objektif itu baru kita ada research question. Contohnya, let's say kita nak, for example, the aim is to explore. Saya punya S3, dia punya research objektif adalah untuk explore teachers' beliefs about classroom assessment. No, explore. The classroom assessment apa komponennya? Jadi soalan pertanyaannya, the first one, teachers believe about why they do assessment. Research question 2, what are the strategies used by the teachers? Question 3, so itu semuanya dijadikan soalan daripada mean to explore teachers believe about assessment. So dijadikan persoalan kajian. Kemudian selepas itu dijelaskan kenapa yang itu menjadi fokus kajian. Apa permasalahannya, apa isu dia, apa perkembangan tu. Itu problem statement. Problem statement will address all your variables or construct of your title. Biasa we will, it depends. Sekarang semua orang problem statement, dia baru research question.
Yeah, usually problem statement, research question.
Some they have overall and then research.
Some of them they have like research objective, then problem statement. But better start with problem statement because problem statement show you the research gaps. Then come out with the research objective or research question. Yeah.
Ya. Sebab dia ada masalah. Dia macam ni, when you do introduction, kita cerita tentang background area research kan. Your AI, whatever. Okay, inilah global. Then daripada situ, you keluarkan daripada problem yang you nak address. But you dah address the gap already. Then from this problem, inilah problem yang bercerita lagi. Tapi lepas tu specifically problem apa? Di situ dah research cerita and then you research question.
And some institute, they have their own guideline. Say they give you the outline for full research from the beginning. So if, let's say some institute, they have theoretical framework and conceptual framework in chapter 2, some in chapter 1. So it depends. But like the majority around the world, problem statement, then research a question. The outline for the instrument based on your research question. If you want to develop by yourself, but let's say if there is any existing instrument, so you can refer to it. But make sure it's achieve your research objective.
Jelas ya? Yang itu sangat penting. Itu perlu sangat jelas. Kalau itu tidak jelas, yang seringkali tidak akan jelas.
Okay, so this is my draft with our department member. So this article is about exploring the benefit and challenge of AI-driven lesson planning among pre-service science teachers. So this is the article I already submitted to STEM Education Journal. It's Scopus Journal Q3. And we already got like feedback from the journal and we are still revising. Okay, so first of all, this is the title. So it's focusing on benefit and challenging of AI-driven when you planning a lesson. So we use AI tool like ChatGPT to plan the lesson. Okay, also AI tools or artificial intelligence, it can help you to plan your lesson by using AI. Okay, so first of all, I mentioned the structure, supposed to be the title, then some journal, they request the author names and the affiliation, then the abstract. So the abstract from the beginning, first of all, for the abstract, if you want to write a good abstract, you need to mention a little bit background. So here the integration of generative artificial intelligence tool into education has gained momentum. So their role in teacher education remain underexplored. So this is the one of the important things you need to mention. First of all, a little like 1 line or 2 line background. Okay. After that, your study aim or your study objective or the research gap. Okay, let's say here that we mentioned this study investigate how pre-service science teacher engage with ChatGPT during lesson planning and the perceived benefit and challenges of its using. Okay, then after that, after you mention your research objectives or your research aim, you need to mention your methodology part, starting with how many participants, then what type of methodology like design or what type of research design we follow. This is a qualitative research. So we follow open-ended questionnaire and we use for data analysis, thematic analysis. Okay? Then after you mention the methodology part, you need to mention like the findings. At least 2 lines, the most important finding related to your study. Then after you mention the finding, like findings highlight that while ChatGPT can serve as a valuable cognitive scaffold and pedagogical partner, and its effectiveness in constrained by user, like a critical literacy and contextual judgment. Then after you mention the most important finding you come out based on your research, you should or you need to like write a conclusion. So conclusion might be can like the contribution of your research or any suggestion for future or for further research. After that, using different AI tool or different technology with planning a lesson. So this is the way how we can start writing the abstract. First of all, you need to have a background, then like one line background or one sentence background. After that, you research in, then research methodology. And research methodology is supposed to have how many participants, your data collection, and your research design, and your data analysis. Okay? Then after that, you need to mention the most important finding based on your research, then your conclusion. In conclusion, you can mention like any contribution or like what the contribution for using AI driven in lesson planning. Like let's say for stakeholder, they can gain benefit, for educator, for curriculum designer, for other researchers. Okay. Then after that, you need to mention like at least one statement about suggestion for future research. Okay. So this is the way how to write the good abstract.
The senior abstract, a lot of people they don't pay attention to it. They think it's not. It's the most important part of your article. Because when people want to decide sama ada mahu membacanya atau tidak, abstract itu sangat penting. Dan biasa reviewer akan bagi comment that is supposed to be something. Yang journal ini tidak ada processing fees buat masa ini. Dia ada Scopus Index. So it is free.
So this is journal free. You can submit.
So you can submit.
Scopus, STEM education. STEM. STEM.
I am one of the editor here. Jadi buat masa ni dia masih free. Tapi we are getting a lot of articles now. So kalau mau submit this.
So like it's a little bit previously faster, but nowadays need time.
Yeah.
But they publish for issue by year.
And this is one journal apa yang akan buat when you submit the article, they will first of all assign it to an editor to decide is this okay to process or not. So what we do is they will read and see your article. So you need to make sure that you follow all the rules and regulations like Dr. Nofo say. You must check. Okay, the guidelines for author betul-betul ikut. Sebab kalau tidak ikut formatnya pun tidak boleh. So mesti make sure a lot of times people don't follow format. People think no, format is important.
But like the journal, if they feel it's potential article to be published and benefit the reader, they will say that you have to follow the guideline. I had experience.
So this is a good journal to submit in. Yeah, so you can try it.
So this is a good journal because it's Scopus right now and it's free. No need to think about the payment processing. Okay, and it's open access is free. Open access is free. So immediately when they like mention to you your article already published, anyone can read. Okay. Okay, then after the abstract, you need to focus on your keyword. So the keyword supposed to be aligned with your title. So here the keywords we have lesson plan, pre-service teacher, science education,
AI driven and ChatGPT. So this is the keyword. So the keyword supposed to be aligned with your title. So then after that introduction, so see this journal, the citation style, it's numerical. So they didn't follow ABA style. So you need to follow numerical style for citation 1, 2, 3. So then after that, when you touch the introduction, first of all, you need to cover like the whole topic, or you need to cover the literature review or the background related to using ChatGPT in planning a lesson. Then in the beginning, when you start, so like you need to start with the general overview about the topic. Then after that, you go deeply, like from general to specific, to achieve your research goals. So the introduction is supposed to be coherent, aligned with your title, and the literature review you selected or you want to. After that, the literature review sometimes like the suitable, like the perfect introduction uh, can from 3 to 4 paragraphs. But make sure in the end of the introduction, you need to add like at least 2 lines about your research objective or your research journal. Some journal request in the end of introduction, you need to mention your research question. Okay? Like here in the end, the introduction, so we mentioned the research question. Like the first one, so we have 2 research questions here. How do pre-service science teachers describe the way in which ChatGPT supported their listening planning, and what specific challenges do pre-service teachers encounter when using ChatGPT for listening planning? So this is the most important thing. The majority of the journalist side, they will request from you in the end of your introduction, you have to mention your research gap or research objective or your research questions. Okay? Then, STEM Education Journal, they request literature review. Like in the beginning, in this article, we don't have literature review. When we go back to the author instruction, author guideline, so they mention literature review. So we add literature review. But make sure the literature review supposed to be outlined like outlined with the your research title. Let's say here we are talking about AI-driven tool, but when we run our study, like when we conduct our research, the chemistry students, the majority of them, like pre-service teacher, use ChatGPT. Okay, that's why ChatGPT one of the keywords in this article. But in the beginning, we asked them to like have more than one AI tool, but the easiest AI tool ChatGPT. That's why they follow ChatGPT style. Okay. So the literature review, you can like mention it as a like whole paragraph without like one heading literature review, or maybe you can outline like let's say the first heading I want to talk about AI driven. Okay, AI driven tools, it can be for listening planning. The second thing I want to touch pre-service science teacher student. Then after that, I need to touch listening planning in science education. So this is the way how I come out with the literature review outline. Let's say I am focusing on mathematical thinking, but general mathematical thinking. So mathematical thinking, we have a lot of mathematical thinking or sub-skill under mathematical thinking. So I need to touch one by one. If I want to like write the literature review as a dissertation style, so you need to touch concept by concept or skill by skill. And if I want to find out, let's say, the relationship between critical thinking and problem solving, so I need to have one part or one subheading focusing on critical thinking and problem solving. So the relationship between critical thinking and problem solving, and I need to select studies related to problem solving and critical thinking or combine them together in mathematics education field. Okay? But here we didn't like make it as a heading, subheading. Like we make it as a whole literature review. But the first part we mentioned about pre-service education or pre-service teacher in science education. Then after that we go deeply to lesson planning or traditional lesson planning, and AI driven or artificial intelligence tool can help you to plan a lesson for your teaching. Okay, then after that we come to methodology part. So methodology part, you need to mention the participant first, then the data collection instrument or tool. This is a qualitative research study. So we use qualitative research following thematic analysis. Then the open-ended questionnaire as a data collection. Then the data analysis is thematic analysis. Okay, then after that you come out with the findings part.
Break dulu ya.
Break.
Ya. Oh, kita kembali nanti jam berapa? 1 ya. Jam 1:30. Setengah dua ya. Baik, thank you very much Dr. Nafus, Dr. Susi. Kita break dulu. Tadi saya lihat slide-nya Dr. Nafus masih sekitar 20-an slide gitu. Jadi nanti Bapak Ibu kembali lagi ke ruangan ini jam 13.30 ya. Ya, 1:30 nanti kembali lagi. Kan jadwalnya Pak Ros ya. Kita harus juga ke situ lagi. Baik, sementara kita akhiri dulu. Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Sekarang sudah ketiga.
Like, this is, you know,